Hi, welcome to the next video. It will be better if you watch the previous video about Python and SQLite, as we will be building upon it. In this video we will cover the following. 1. Installing PostgreSQL. 2. We will create a new database and load it with some sample data. 3. We will then connect to the database using Python.
First, let's go to Full Stack Python and find a tutorial for installing PostgreSQL. The server should be running by default, but let's check anyway. You don't need books for everything. Just Google the command. Normally, you would not set a database user as super user, as that would make it an unnecessary security risk. Let's create a new database and load it with sample data. Here I am checking if the database has been created properly, and if I am able to log into it. Notice the host name is given here as localhost. This is because dbeaver is running on the same machine as the database server. Now you can see the new database, but it does not have any tables in it, so let's create some tables and load some sample data. Let's get some sample tables and data by using one of my favorite test databases. You can get a version of Northwind database for nearly any database like PostgreSQL or MySQL. Before I run the full script, let me check if I have sufficient permissions. To do that, I will just create a temporary table. Okay, that worked. Now, copy-paste the entire Northwind SQL script. The script will create tables and load it with sample data. All the new tables are visible. Let's drop the temporary table we had created. Let's check out some sample data. Now we will use a Python script to connect to the Postgres database you just created and retrieve some rows. Ideally, we should be using Python virtual environments, but let's skip it for this learning exercise. Unlike SQLite, to be able to connect to PostgreSQL, we need to install a specific Python package. I am going to ignore the script that is shown here, and instead modify the previous script we had used for SQLite. This will demonstrate how easy it is to change databases when using Python. Just change the package name. Now, isn't that simple enough? since PostgreSQL is an actual client-server database. Unlike SQLite, which is an embedded database, we need to provide more details to be able to connect to it, like a host name, username, and a password. Let's change the select statement, as the table name is different in the Postgres database. Remember to change the database password before running the script. Oops, there is an error. Maybe I need to qualify the table name with the schema name. Still not good. Okay, there was a typo in the table name. The query works. See you in the next video.